We're going to come to Madonna now. I've been teasing this all show. She, of course, was a big pop star back in the 80s. I went to see her at Wembley Stadium, actually, in the Holiday Tour, and she was fantastic. But then that was about 40 years ago, and neither of us have aged particularly well. I would argue I've aged slightly better than Madonna. But in recent years, is this autocue going to move, or am I going to have to make it up as I go along? I don't mind. She's lost the plot. Let's take a look at the plot music.
In this room, all bets are off. Amy Schumer. Oh. Truth or dare? Dare. Ooh. I want you to show me, with this spread, how you lick your husband's... What? I mean...
Yeah, I can't take any more of it, I'm sorry. You know, watching someone in their 60s behaving like that. We've got this other little hit and miss. Yeah, these are some of her greatest hits. Yeah, One Under the Bed, Rock Bottom, and so on. Just general... This has been basically what she's been putting out now for several years. And I'm sorry, it's just... There's got to be an end to this, hasn't there? Absolutely, I can't. Oh, my God. Oh, dear, oh dear. Gone to the dogs, quite literally there with the old dog bowl. All right, I think we'll spare the viewers any more of this. But joining me now is music manager Louis Walsh and podcast host Leah Halpern. Let me talk to both of you. First of all, you, Louis Walsh, you want to defend the indefensible. Come on, mate. It's all over, isn't it, for Madonna? It's embarrassing.
It's not all over, Piers. No way. Her tour is going to sell out. You just watch. They'll be adding extra dates in every city. This is the greatest hits tour. I would go and see her. Absolutely. She's iconic. She's one of our biggest pop stars ever. You just don't like her.
No, it's not that. Actually, I don't even care. I don't need to like singers to enjoy them at all. In fact, quite the opposite. I don't need to like any artist to enjoy them. But in her case, I find her behaviour for a woman in her 60s just utterly embarrassing. I mean, if that was my mother or grandmother or something, you'd be like cringing.
Piers, you're doing exactly what she wants you to do. You're talking about her. She's controversial. She's always in the news. She's her own best PR person. And listen, this tour is going to be massive, whether you like it or not.
Well, I don't doubt it'll be a success. A bit like Prince Harry's book. I don't doubt it'll be successful. It's just unbelievably distasteful. Let me bring in Leah. Look, Leah, I'm right, aren't I? I mean, you're a young woman. I mean, is this how you'd like to be in your 60s?
Absolutely not. I think the whole thing is really bizarre. I don't know why we're celebrating this. She looks like she has potentially a mental health problem. I'm not sure why she's unable to just get old gracefully. Her face looks deformed, unfortunately. And I don't know why we're celebrating this. We live in a time where people talk about body positivity, but she's unable to just accept herself and grow old gracefully. The video was incredibly crass. And I think the whole thing is part of a much wider, again, political feminist statement to say women can go on for years being sexualized and doing whatever they want. And, you know, the society's going to love them for it. And it's not true. I don't really understand why she's not spending this time in, you know, her later years. She's mid-60s now, with her kids, with her grandkids, maybe teaching them everything she's learned in the music business or in life over the last decade.
I totally agree. I mean, Louis, I'm not being funny, but imagine being one of her kids, right? Just the sheer volume of embarrassing stuff that your mother posts on Instagram and whatever. And you just, I mean, it's so embarrassing for them. Imagine being at school, having to deal with that.
That's her job. She is the queen of pop. She has millions of followers all around the world. They're all going to buy her tickets. This is going to be one of the biggest tours of the year. Absolutely. Yeah. Now, I know she's not in a great place physically, because the last time she was touring, I was in Miami. I was in the queue outside, and she cancelled the gig because she wasn't in a good place. Right. But I would go and see her again. This is like a greatest hits tour, Piers.
Why can't she go and do the equivalent of a pipe and slippers? Just go and, you know, put on a lot of clothing, go and sit in a rocking chair and just do the old hits from a chair.
No, she could go to Vegas and do it simple. She's gone all around the world. This is going to be massive, Piers. It's going to be controversial, but she's a great performer. She's a great singer. You're not her target audience, let's be honest. Both of you.
No, because
she's going to do really well.
I believe I'm not her target audience. Leah, final word to you. I mean, will you go and watch this show?
I definitely am not going to go watch it. I see no difference between what she's doing, showing her body off to the entire world in the most disgusting fashion, to mothers on OnlyFans and how their kids feel in school.
Totally
it's so
agree.
inappropriate, and I think it's quite disgusting.
All grandmothers on OnlyFans. I think we could raise the bar.
Exactly.
Listen, Louis, I appreciate your efforts to defend the indefensible, but I'm not buying it. Leia, thank you.
Okay.
You spoke common sense on the matter. Unfortunately, it will be a smash hit, this tour, and people will go. But then people like to look at car crashes on the motorway.